I definitely think so. You know, I mean, Jade raises that bar and everyone keeps working hard. I mean, Jade is so talented, but her work ethic is incredible. And you have that same work ethics from so many of our other freshmen, and they want to learn and they want to do well. So, you know, that invigorates those seniors too, that, you know, they watch this hungry group of freshmen going, all right, we can lead them where, you know, we're going to take our experience with that youth and really make this an incredible experience for this team this year.
Tanya Chaplin in her 25th year, conference titles 2011 and 2013, five-time conference coach of the year. And you might think she had her hands full, what with having an Olympic gold medalist come in, but she says Jade Carey is such a team player. She's all about her teammates. She just wants to do everything, all the work that everybody else does.
Absolutely. And she said the whole freshman class does. And that is an incredible environment when you have the youth and the excitement for college gymnastics, and then you have the great leaders, and they have two fifth-year seniors as well to help really channel that energy. So they're very excited about this season.
And there's Michael Chaplin, associate head coach, Tanya's husband. Fantastic coach, former gymnast in his own right, and one of a large number of husband and wife coaching teams in the Pac-12, including the Sun Devils and the Santos's Jay and Jess co-head coaches. Jess Santos elevated to co-head coach prior to this season. There's Jess. You saw Jay talking to the gymnasts who will be on vault for ASU. Jess focuses on bars and beam. And there's the Arizona State vault lineup. They have one with a 10-0 value. That's Alex Theodore in the anchor spot. So into the first five, if they do their vault perfectly, the best score they could get is a 9.95.
Yeah, so the key on this event for Arizona State is get the good amplitude, but they've got to stay clean on the landings.
Jordan Jaslow, the junior from Parker, Colorado. We'll see her 3 times today. She didn't go on bars. Part of Arizona State's Barrett Honors College. Entering this year, performed just 2 competitive collegiate routines. A couple of vaults last year in her second year with the Sun Devils.
Chenko layout full. She did a great job of following through. It looked like she was a little high onto the table. Nice power off the board, so she was able to stay clean on the landing.
Led off the vault lineup last week with a 9.75. And now for Oregon State, it's Colette Yamaoka. We've told her story before, but many times people aren't tuning in to every meet. Yamaoka walked onto the Oregon State team in the fall of 2017. Reached out to them in September after practice had begun and said she was a student at Oregon State, asked for a tryout. They had never heard of her. Michael Chaplin said normally we wouldn't do it, but for whatever reason he said okay. And he watched her on bars and went and got the other coaches and said, you better come take a look at this.
Awesome, and then to be not just on the team, but competing in the lead-off spot in this event.
And missed all of last year with an injury. You see the knee brace, getting back closer to form.
Combination to finish the routine, giant full double tuck. And a great start.
Gotten better in each week. After missing last year, a fall in week 1, then a 9.7 and a 9.725 last week.
Combination giant full to the double tuck. The giant full didn't quite hold in vertical, but her form was great throughout that entire routine.
9.775 for Jordan Jaslow. That's a quarter of a tenth better than last week. And now here is Sienna Samily at a 9.675 on bars.
Another unique vault. Full on pike off. Landed with her chest forward just a little bit. Her best, I believe, has been a 9.85. So the key is she's got to get a better block off those arms. Her left arm looked a little soft, but great job pulling it all the way around.
Yep, you're right. Her career high 9.85. How much more of a deduction would it have been had her knee hit the mat?
At least 310. So she did a great job holding onto the landing. She'll just get a deduction for having the chest forward and then taking this step. But she's new into the lineup there, so it's exciting to watch her.
We saw the 9.775 for Yamaoka. She continues to get better. That's half a tenth better than last week. And now the freshman, Carly Beeman, only time we'll see her today. It's her third routine in 4 weeks on bars here in her freshman year.
Beautiful form. Her extension down to her toe point stands out.
Oregon State better on bars this year. Real struggle for them last year.
Nice combination Stalder. Doing immediate double tap.
Big fist pump from Michael Chaplin. Carly Beeman, 9.75 last week at Cal, and the second routine of her college career. That's a season high. 9.55 for Samily. And now here's Emily White. Sophomore from Seal Beach, California, had a 9.85 on bars.
Beautiful. She almost opened her arms as she landed, kind of flared and lifted her chest. Had great control. Nice position onto the table. Getting that block with square shoulders. You can see she opened her arms as she came in. Maybe a small slide of her feet, but very little deduction there.
So Emily White, solid vault in the books for the Sun Devils. 9.85 for Carly Beeman. So that is 3/4 of a tenth better than her previous best. Now here is Matty Dagen at a 9.9 on vault. Last week a season best, 9.775 on bars.
And that's a brand new release move into this routine as a senior. I think that is one of my favorite things to watch. Athletes never stop learning. They want to continue to add the difficulty. Combination giant full double tack.
Wow. Matty Dagen sticks the landing, and that is her 4th best event, the uneven bars.
Well, she looked confident. Their goal was to hit the handstands and stick the landings. Their coaches said they felt a little bit like they were holding back, but how impressive is this brand new release move? That gets her to that 10.0 start value. She has the consistency in the form, so that extra tenth makes a big difference.
Career best on bars previously, 9.825. Emily White had a 9.85. And out here is Jana Mangahas, had a 9.8 on bars. The second of 3 routines of the day.
Great vault. She has great power that helps her get good distance. Nice legs glued together in the air. Just that hop back there on that landing.
Two solid routines for Mangahas. A 9.9 for Matty Dagen. How about that? 3/4 of a tenth better than her previous high. Wow. Kayla Bird. Now, first of 2 times, we'll also see her on floor. Posted a career high tying 9.85 on bars last week at Cal.
Nice combination. Coming right back up for her major release. Takachev. She gets hung up. Does a nice job. Finishing it all the way through. There's a lot packed into the back part of the routine. Most athletes start their routine with the major release, so finishing it there. She does the Takachev between the bars. She gets a lot of height, but she doesn't turn over, so you kind of wait. Is she going to catch it? Is she going to catch it? She caught it.
Yes, she did. Waiting to the end of a routine. Jada Mangahas had a 9.875. Now here is Hannah Scharf at a 9.85 on bars. Part of the 9.825 on vault last week.
We talked about her being solid and confident. You can just see that. Her position into the table, perfect technique, legs glued together, wraps those arms in, and knows exactly where she is. The goal on this event specifically is to have the power, but then to know exactly how to control it so you can get that clean landing.
9.75 for Kayla Bird. And now here's Phoebe Yakupchik. We'll also see her on B. Been in the bars lineup each week this her freshman year. Back-to-back 9.8s each of the last 2 weeks.
She has unique elements right there, that straddle back with the half. And then a big release combination right here. Directly connected to an ginger between the bars. It looked like she just didn't get her dowel over the bar. So on your release move, there's a lot of force as you catch the bar. So the grip has a dowel. You want to make sure as you catch the bar that is over the bar, so it helps kind of take some of the force off of the actual hand grip.
Yakupchik, a freshman from Portishead, United Kingdom. May see her in the vault and floor lineups as well as the season goes along. Senior national team member in the UK.
That will be 5/10 of a point. All that's left is the dismount. Difficult double Arabian. So it's quite an exciting routine. Lots of elements in there. And a lot of potential to score big.
Maybe we'll look for better things in her bars routine next week and better things in her beam routine later today. 9.9 for Hannah Scharf. That matches her career high. Now here's Alex Theodore.
Unique vault. That half on, half off in the tuck position. It starts from a 10.0. She has tremendous height.
Theodore had a 9.8 on bars. Get her score a little later. Meanwhile, here's Jade Carey at a 9.925 on vault. He's posted 9.95s on bars each of the first 3 weeks of the season, and is tied for the best in the nation coming into this weekend with 3 others.
This is an action-packed routine as well. Lots of release moves.
Waiting on the score for Phoebe Yakupchik. In football, you have icing the kicker. I don't think that's going to affect Jade too much.
Yeah, she's definitely used to pressure, to having to wait.
See a deep breath there? Really have to control your breathing too, don't you?
Absolutely.
So here's Jade Carey.
Big release combination right here at the top of the routine. Directly connected down. Beautiful form in the air. Any of those twisting elements can be challenging, keeping the legs together. Again, right there, perfect. Getting those handstands. Half in, half out for the dismount. Holds the landing. This is where she's been the closest to getting the perfect 10.
Bars, beam, and floor. She's had a 10 from one judge in a routine this year. But can she get a pair of them? Each event has 2 judges. They judge in half a tenth increments, and then you average the 2. There have been 9 perfect 10s across college gymnastics this weekend. One judge has given Jade Carey a 10. We are awaiting the other judge. Celebrating like she has it. Jade Carey with a perfect 10, the 10th across the nation this year. The 10th across the nation this weekend alone, Amanda.
I know, it's been unbelievable, but you know what's so special about Jade's routine is it has all the difficulty and the detail. And, you know, like you mentioned, if you could give bonus points for difficulty, she deserves it. But what a great job here.
Childs, McCallum, Lee, and Carey, all among the 6 U.S. Olympians from the Tokyo Games last summer. Jade Carey, her first collegiate perfect 10, comes on uneven bars.